Hi folks, this is just a quick video showing what I think a nice new feature could be added to Joystick Gremlin to make it more user friendly is. Now I've used the Saitek software for a number of years now, since the very first X52 came out. I've used several different variants of it and they all have a pretty good feature set. They allow you to bind whatever buttons you want or macros to whatever key you want, and it's relatively easy to use. Now, it's very similar to what Joystick Gremlin currently does, but there is one thing on it that is better. Now, the reason why I started using Joystick Gremlin is because I got a new Virpil joystick, and their own software is could be made better, shall we say. And I thought I'd give Joystick Gremlin a run to see how it performed, and it is pretty good, I have to say. I do like it. But there is one thing I'd like to see added, and I'll just show you what that is right now. So I'm going to spool up the X55 programming software now. Okay, right, so we'll go to programming. I'm going to select the main stick. The profile is common across both. You know, it's basically one unit, but it's just the way the programming thing is broken into two. And I'm going to load a profile that I used a lot. That's one for helicopters. Right, so standard stuff here. There's a three-way mode selector on the joystick itself on the throttle. You've obviously got three different modes here you can use. Currently we're looking at mode number 1. Now, what makes this good is the ability to have commands still stored in the profile, but not currently actively used. So if I just activate this is our little selector, which basically means I want to rebind this to something else. Now I'll activate the menu. So I could do a new key press, which means I just press a button on the keyboard somewhere or mouse, whatever, then hit the little tick arrow when I'm done, and then give it a name where you see there. I've called this one Fire Guns, which corresponds to the space bar, and it's bound to this particular button. Now, you can do macros on it, which is pretty standard in most things, and advanced command, which is kind of a combination between a macro and a key press. And you'll see this quite large list here. Now these are commands are currently available for this profile. They may or may not actually be bound to buttons right now, but they have been programmed in. So for example, this would be autopilot stuff, which would be for maybe the SU-25T or the Mi-8 helicopter. The point being is that these commands, which I'll just show you the full list if you can actually see most of it. This list itself has evolved over a few years, obviously, because I've got multiple profiles for multiple aircraft. And it basically means that I can rearrange things very easily in here. So say, for example, I wanted to swap a couple of buttons around. Say, for whatever reason, I wanted to switch these around. Now, in Joystick Gremlin, and I have to click on the button, type in a new command, and then give it a new name, a new title, and then save it off, and then do the same for this one here, which is a little bit inefficient, I would find. So for this is how this software handles it. I'll just click on this. I'm going to scroll down. Go fire missile. Scroll down again. Oops. Bumble. Go fire guns. And there you have it. It's very easy just to swap things around. If I've already bound this ID against this key press, then it's available on the list to be swapped or moved around, which means it's very quick. If you want to take a profile you already have and then modify it slightly for another plane, for example. Now, I think its functionality is very good. It's very handy. Now I'm just going to show you here. There is delete unused commands. What this will basically do is scan this list, find if it's bound to a button, and then cull any that aren't used. So I'm just going to click on that for shits and giggles. And these are the ones out of that big list that currently aren't used. I'll just delete all. Okay. If I go back here, obviously the list has been culled of any that aren't actively being bound to buttons right now. Now this is my Heli's profile, which is, well, it's got a huge amount of stuff bound on it. So that's it. I was just wanting to show you what this functionality gives you and how it makes reprogramming or moving buttons very, very simple, because you can basically bind up a profile that has a huge list like this. Take a copy of it, call it, I don't know, K50 or whatever, and then start binding where all the buttons you want to be, and then create other profiles off it very, very simply and easily. I think it's a really, really neat function the way they've got this, so that buttons are available to be reprogrammed very easily. Configurations of buttons are very easily reprogrammed. And the reason why I use this software and not the game's inbuilt one is this gives you a bit more flexibility. You can do funky stuff. I mean, you can have a macro that you tap a button, it gives you one function. If you hold a button in for say 2 seconds, it gives you a different key press, or hold it in for like 3 seconds or longer. It'll do 3 totally different things on one button depending on how you press that button. And that's the reason why I like it. And second reason, which became apparent a while ago, is when one of the DCS patches went wrong, it basically deleted a whole bunch of people's configurations. Now they had bound the key presses inside DCS for, you know, for example, this button here did something like, I don't know, trim or whatever, or flare. And all of a sudden people lost all their complete profiles. So this works around that. The only thing I need to bind in DCS is the axes, you know, roll, pitch, yaw, and that sort of axes things, maybe throttle. Apart from that, all the programming I use is used inside this software, which means it's very, very quick and easy just to change around and remap things if you need to. So I just thought I'd show you that. Have a nice day.